Read-Utsuro no Hako to Zero no Maria, Volume 2. You can read along in the description down below. May 1st, Friday, 13 o'clock. I guess I'll keep quiet for now. May 1st, Friday, 14 o'clock. All of a sudden, my consciousness is cut off, only to be restored moments later. I'm sitting in my seat. We should still be on lunch break, yet I'm suddenly here in the classroom. I check the time, it's 2 p.m., so 5th period is about to end. I hurriedly look around the classroom. Kokone and Daya's seats are empty. Perhaps they left early while my other classmates are more or less concentrating on class. Looks like everything's okay for now. On my desk I find my textbook, my notebook, and my writing implements. It seems that I haven't taken any notes. There's no doubt about it anymore. There are two entities dwelling within my body. It's not just me anymore. There's another self, whom I cannot perceive, and has been controlling my body until just now. The bell rings. The break begins, but because of what happened in the music room, nobody approaches me. Instead, people only cast curious glances at me from afar. This state of affairs must have been deliberately brought forth by my other self. After all, he said that he wants to erase me? This is one of his attacks. I fall flat on my desk. What should I do about my other self, now that even Otanashi-san has abandoned me? Hoshi! Someone's calling out my name, so I raise my head in response. The expression on his face is totally unlike his usual joyful self. With an unbefittingly serious face, Haruaki asks me, "Look, why did you do that to Kokone?" I keep my mouth shut. I can't possibly answer him. After all, I don't even know what, or precisely, he's referring to. You know, I don't think you would say something like that without a reason, Hoshi. So, I'm almost positive there is one. I'm probably just too dense to get it, but unless you explain, I'll remain in the dark, so why don't you let me in on what's going on? Visibly uneasy, he continues. Otherwise, I can't support you. Just honestly speaking. His words make one thing clear to me. Haruaki is the last fortress that protects my everyday life. Would he believe me if I told him that I was being controlled by another self? He just might. But I can't tell you. I can't tell you right now. I still haven't really come to terms with this situation I'm in myself, so I want to be able to come up with an explanation satisfying enough to convince him. But I will soon, I say while looking straight in his eyes, trying to convey my sincerity. Okay, I got it. I'll wait. He responds plainly and walks away silently. He must have really wanted to voice his discontent, but held back somehow. Haruaki said he'd wait, so I can't talk to him until the proper time arrives. I'm going to lose him if I speak carelessly, and once I lose Haruaki, my final fortress, I won't be able to retain my everyday life. Yeah, I gathered what I have to do now. I have to learn more about this box and my other self as quickly as possible. But how? I don't even have any means of communicating with him. Right. How did I learn of his existence anyways? Because he left me a message. I walk into the corridor outside my classroom and take out my cell phone. I'm going to send a message to my other self using the voice recorder. Of course, it's unclear whether or not he'll answer, but it's worth a try. Hey, how do you do? Or do we know each other already? My other self? I start the recording. I now understand that we're sharing my body, but I'm still confused. I want you to tell me more about this box, and I want you to reveal who you are. Will he answer me if I question him so bluntly? After all, he's someone who is trying to eliminate me. Therefore, I try provoking him a bit. Oh, but I don't care whether you reply or not. My behavior won't change no matter what you say to me. I couldn't care less, even if you have the strongest possible reason to loathe me. A goal that's the noblest imaginable, or a past that deserves everyone's pity. I'm surprised by the hostility of the words that naturally well up, so in contrast to my own character. But I feel that I'm saying what has to be said. I will not approve of your existence. I have to convey my determination. How could I approve of this? No way in hell could I allow anyone to steal me from myself. My legs are trembling and I'm leaning against the wall before I know it. That's probably because my body is deeply disturbed by the first instance of distinct hostility I've felt towards someone in my entire life. I close my cell phone and take a deep breath. I'm going to crush my other self. No matter what his situation is, I will not permit his continued existence. May 1st, Friday, 15:34. I noticed that Kazuki Hoshino has recorded a voice file. May 1st, Friday, 16 o'clock. Right before my eyes is the face of an unfamiliar girl. Out of surprise, I let go of the strap I've been holding and fall over. The people around me giggle as I get back on my feet. Trying to ignore them, I analyze the situation. A strap. So, I'm riding a train. The reason is obvious. My body has been controlled by my other self again. Without missing a beat, I take out my cell phone and discover a new voice file. I press play. I see. This is a pretty handy way to communicate. I was just starting to think that a one-way conversation would get boring. Well, let me answer your questions. The intruder says in my own voice. When I retrieved this box, I decided to make a certain wish to become you, Kazuki Hoshino. I hold my breath. Well, and here I am, controlling your body. But look, don't you think that my wish is somehow lacking? Since my control is only temporary, and I can only steal some of your time. Rest assured, this will change before long. The process of taking over you will end exactly 1 week after I first use my box. Once May 6th rolls around, the last day of the Golden Week, your soul will leave your body, while mine will remain. So I have just over 4 days to destroy this box. That should be enough to give you an idea of the situation you're in. Well then, you asked who I am, didn't you? That's a difficult question indeed. Who am I? To be honest, I don't really know myself. I mean, I'm Kazuki Hoshino, no? But that's not the answer you want to hear, is it? To simplify matters, I've come up with an alias to differentiate us. You may call me, he says in my voice, Yuhei Ishihara. I burned that unfamiliar name into my memory. Okay, I'll conclude with some feedback. You said that you want to approve of my existence. Well, I'm sorry, but I broke out into laughter after hearing that. I mean, what can you do about me? Prattle into your cell phone? Care to explain how you intend to execute your plans? Yuhei Ishihara laughs hideously, using my voice. You're really pitiful, so let me offer you one way to get rid of me. More than half of Kazuki Hoshino is already mine. It's simple. He speaks. Just commit suicide. Again, his unbearable laughter resounds from my phone. I desperately fight against the urge to press the stop button before listening to the rest of the message. The voice calms down and I hear his final words. Oh, and one more thing. In case you haven't noticed, one of your friends sent you an email. A friend? I gulp and open my inbox. The name Haruaki Usui is displayed at the top. I don't remember opening it, but the message is already marked as read. What? What has he done to Haruaki? I take a deep breath, still unable to calm down. I bite my lips. I don't want to admit it, but my hands are trembling. I open the email. Please don't talk to me for a while. The last fortress that protected my everyday life just crumbled away. May 1st, Friday, 23:22 o'clock. I'm dreaming. It's the same dream that I've experienced several times already. May 2nd, Saturday, 11 o'clock. Like, by that, I mean like 0011. 111. I don't know how you would say that, but yeah, it's 11, like 11 o'clock a.m. I wake up to a rumbling coming from the desk. I get out of bed and pick up my cell phone. That's the source of the noise. Look at its LCD screen. Maria-2nd. Maria-2nd? Given the current state of affairs, why would she want to call me? Hasn't Kazuki Hoshino let her in on what's going on? Well, I guess he realized that even his lover wouldn't buy such an absurd story. That being said, she should still be able to notice that something's off without his saying a word. Oh well. Cutting short my train of thought, I take the call. How could I resist the desire to talk with the girl I admire? Hello? Kazuki, come to my room. Wow. Does she always treat Kazuki Hoshino this way? Okay, how should I react? Let's summarize. My box will allow me to completely take over Kazuki Hoshino within a week. In order for me to do that, it would be best if I make as few waves as possible, which means that I should stay away from Maria Otanashi. But I mustn't get confused. That's not my ultimate goal. What I really want to do is torment Kazuki Hoshino, so much that he scratches his neck raw in utter agony. Make him succumb so thoroughly that he begs me to take his body as he prostrates himself before me, and make him an empty shell who exists solely to surrender his body to me by May 5th. That is my desire. Why would I possess such a desire? Because doing so allows me to feel that I become Kazuki Hoshino. As long as I lack that feeling of truly being Kazuki Hoshino, I'm just a freeloader in someone else's body, which would be completely pointless. That must also be why I have to share this body with Kazuki Hoshino. For a while, because otherwise I wouldn't feel like I've truly assumed his identity. This box is pretty well made. Hey, how about replying? Yeah, there's no reason to waver. Maria Otanashi is without a doubt very important to him. Losing her will be a terrible blow. Therefore, Yuhei Ishihara will steal Maria Otanashi from Kazuki Hoshino. This is an absolute condition for fulfilling my absolute desire. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was absorbed in thought, I say as I recall how Kazuki Hoshino normally speaks. Your room. Sure, if you come pick me up. Her phrasing suggests that Kazuki Hoshino visits her room on a daily basis. Why should I pamper you? Just take your bike. My bicycle is in bad shape right now. You see, I can't really, I reply, trying to deceive her with a random lie I came up with on the spot. I don't know where she lives, so I'll be in trouble if she doesn't come fetch me. Jeez, the guy tells the girl to come pick him up. Isn't it normally the other way around? Well, whatever. I'll take my motorcycle, is that okay? Do you mean a moped? No, it's a full-fledged 250cc motorcycle. Damn, there's no way Kazuki Hoshino wouldn't know about her motorcycle. Yeah, I see. I didn't mention that I see. I didn't mention that I bought one. Yeah. That was close. No, there's no need to get nervous. She couldn't see through me because of something that minor. Getting nervous is unavoidable to a certain degree, though, since I'm dealing with Maria Otanashi. Speaking of which, I'm actually not old enough to get a license, am I? She's unlicensed? I guess I made the right decision by not pretending to know about it. Well then, I'll be at your place in 15 minutes. Wait for me outside. She ends the call before I can respond.
Kazu-chan, who was that? I'm pretty sure I overheard a girl there, no? Why don't you take the call on the veranda?
Says a girl in her underwear, probably Kazuki Hoshino's sister. I see, Kazuki Hoshino doesn't take his phone calls indoors in the presence of his sister. I guess I'll keep that in mind.
Can't be Kazumi Mogi-san at this hour either.
Kazumi Mogi? Who's that? May 2nd, Saturday. 0131. Exactly 15 minutes later, Maria Otanashi arrives on a massive motorcycle. Here, she says as she throws me a helmet. I catch it, but don't know what to do next. However, because she keeps staring at me, I decide to just put it on. What are you waiting for? Hurry up and climb on. I sit behind her as instructed and hesitantly wrap my arms around her slender waist. Maria Otanashi, the girl I adore, remains silent. In less than 10 minutes, she stops in front of a 5-story apartment complex. Though it is a pity, I obediently let go of her waist, get off the motorcycle, and briefly take a look at the building as I remove the helmet. It's a brick building that looks fairly high class, and even features a fancy electronic entry system. The rent here must be quite high. I doubt that she would bring her boyfriend to her apartment at so late an hour if she lives with her family, so I bet she lives by herself. And right now, she's taken her boyfriend to her room, which must mean, well, the situation is self-explanatory, obviously. My heart throbs with excitement. She doesn't seem to care, however, and proceeds towards her room, taking the elevator and then walking straight up to a door that reads 403. The first thing I notice upon entering the room is a light fragrance of peppermint. It's a 10 tatami mat size studio apartment. It looks larger than it is because it's so sparsely furnished. What's so interesting about my room? It hasn't changed since you last came here, has it? Yeah, I reply, trying to appear calm, and sit down on a cushion. After giving me a short side glance, Maria Otanashi opens a closet and seems to be searching for something. Alright, Kazuki, hold out your hands. Hold out my hands? Does she plan on kissing them or something? Get with the program already, like this, she says as she holds out her own hands. I follow suit. Click. What was that? Even as I begin to wonder, I feel a tight pressure around my right wrist. I take a look. Handcuffs. Is this supposed to be a joke, Otanashi-san? A joke. Surely you're the one who's joking. We do this stuff all the time, don't we? All the time? Handcuffing me? Oh, you want to pretend to resist tonight? Wow, you are beyond help. Ouch! With a bewitching smile, a few skillful moves, Maria Otanashi forces my hands behind my back and snaps the handcuffs around my left wrist as well. Next, she applies foot cuffs to my feet and puts me down on the ground. I try to move my body. I'll probably be able to stand up, but beyond that, my movements are tightly restricted. Today, let's also use this, she proposes as she takes out a piece of black cloth, which she then wraps around my eyes, cutting off my field of vision. What a situation! My body is almost completely restrained. I'm blindfolded, and I'm rolling on the floor like a caterpillar, almost as if I were a soldier captured by the enemy. I see. Seems like the preparations are complete. Let's begin. Maria Otanashi should have noticed that something is going on with Kazuki Hoshino, so there's no way she would be comfortable getting intimate with him. If that's true, is her current treatment directed at? Well, she continues, you aren't Kazuki Hoshino. So who exactly are you? Everything up until now was just a ploy intended to incapacitate me. Brilliant, as expected from Maria Otanashi, and that's why I admire her so much. I'm really glad that my fears of getting disillusioned turned out to be unfounded. Why are you laughing? I don't think you understand the gravity of your situation. I'll try one last protest just for the heck of it. No! Otanashi-san, you're being absurd. Stop acting, it's futile. So it was useless after all. But that just makes me laugh even more. You're a strange guy. Why are you so joyful, even though I just thoroughly deceived and captured you? Maria Otanashi, may I ask why you think that I am not Kazuki Hoshino? I ask point blank, stopping with the acting. I listened to your voice recording while being aware of the box. Her blunt statement allows me to understand not just how she saw through me, but also that she is a unique being. Okay, you know about my box, and you listened to my message, cool, but that's not going to help you figure out whether you're dealing with me or Kazuki Hoshino, is it? Since when did you know it's me? Since you said hello on the phone. You're joking, right? Given our identical voices, it should be impossible to distinguish between us. Kazuki answers the phone with a yes. He doesn't use hello, of course. I wouldn't normally have taken heed of such a small change, but since I know that he is involved with this box, I naturally became suspicious. The only thing left for me to do was confirm my suspicions, so I spoke with care until you slipped up. I'll tell you something good. Kazuki has never been in this room. That's indeed a good thing, because it would be unforgivable for someone as pathetic as Kazuki Hoshino to frequent the room of a noble lady like Maria Otanashi. In other words, you deceived me to confirm if I really existed. Such a trifle barely requires confirmation. In fact, I wanted to confirm whether or not you share Kazuki's memories. It seems like you don't. So she was already a move ahead in terms of confirmation. I admit that is an important point. If Yuhei Ishihara and Kazuki Hoshino shared their memories, then there would be no secrets. If she tried to work out a plan with Kazuki Hoshino, she wouldn't be able to cooperate with Kazuki Hoshino. Let me get straight to the point. Who the hell are you? Can't you tell? I'm Kazuki Hoshino. Stop messing around and answer the damn question. Still lying on the ground, I shrug my shoulders. I'm not messing around with you. I'm Kazuki Hoshino. That's the identity my box entitled me with. What exactly do you mean? Just what I said. My wish was to become Kazuki Hoshino. And a box grants any wish, doesn't it? Therefore, I am Kazuki Hoshino. I can't call myself anything else. My words temporarily silence Maria Otanashi. To become Kazuki Hoshino, you say? That's just insane. Why Kazuki of all people? I don't think Kazuki Hoshino's body is particularly desirable. Because you're by his side, I immediately answer. I? Yeah. I've always admired you. The girl of my dreams would be by my side. That was a reason enough for me to want to become him. Maria Otanashi lets out a sigh. I never would have guessed that I am the primary reason for all of this, she complains, but regains her composure right away. I understand that you insist on being Kazuki Hoshino, however, I can't call you that. Then call me Yuhei Ishihara. Yuhei Ishihara? Never heard that before. That's not your real name, is it? Who knows? Huh. Whatever. But you'll tell me one thing. How do you switch with Kazuki? What's the point of asking about that? I don't need to answer your questions. Well then, I don't need to answer yours either. You're pretty bold for a guy who's bound hand and foot, aren't you? I'm not going to fall for that. You can't do anything to me, hurt me, and you'll effectively be damaging Kazuki Hoshino's body. Forms of torture that have no lasting impact on the body are a dime a dozen, but well, I couldn't use violence anyway, Maria Otanashi says in a whisper. What? No, never mind. Anyway, you don't plan to tell me, do you? Huh. To be honest, I wouldn't make a difference, but I'm not telling you. It wouldn't make a difference? Huh. Of course not. No matter what you try, Kazuki Hoshino is going to disappear on May 6th, unless you directly deal with my box. In light of that, what difference would such a trivial bit of information make? I mean, you can bet I'm not going to tell you how to defeat the box. Or do you want to try killing me? Go ahead, but that'll also send Kazuki Hoshino to Kingdom Come. How's that, Maria Otanashi? You never imagined your situation was that hopeless, did you? But for some reason, she lets out some loose, silent laugh. Why are you laughing? Are you so desperate that you can't help but laugh? Desperate? You think this is a desperate situation? This level of menace is like a mosquito compared to what we fought against last time. The problem I'm facing right now is that you won't tell me how you switched with Kazuki, right? How is that desperate? I told you that you can only solve this matter if you kill Kazuki Hoshino. Did I lose you? That's why I was laughing, because that's a lie. I'm left tongue-tied. I know that you want to distract me, but I'm afraid I can't be deceived by such a lousy lie. And why do you think it's a lie? You said it yourself. You're Kazuki Hoshino, but Kazuki Hoshino doesn't possess the box, hence he can't be the owner. What's with that wordplay? You can't escape from reality. You still don't get it. Okay, then listen up and try answering this question. Maria Otanashi says firmly, do you really believe that it's possible for a soul to dwell in someone else's body? Well? You can't respond right away. Huh. Damn. Don't know why, but I have a feeling that by hesitating I committed a fatal error. Boxes grant wishes completely, but a person who thinks more or less rationally wouldn't be able to believe that such a wish could come true. And as suspected, you don't believe in your wish from the bottom of your heart either. So judging from your reaction to my question, the box incorporates the doubts of the owner when it grants a wish. Therefore, the owner was not able to take over Kazuki Hoshino. Which means that the owner continued to exist as before after failing to take over Kazuki's body, separately from you. Ignoring my silence, she asked, so what are you, when you're not the owner? I can't answer. If you don't know, let me tell you. You are an artificial being generated by the distortion of that wish. You're just a fake copy of the owner. Yes, merely a fabrication, so to speak. Yes, merely a fabrication, so to speak. She smirks briefly before she continues. And since you're just a fabrication, I have no real interest in you. I see. So that's why I don't possess the box. But so what? The reason I put this wish into the box in the first place was that I wanted to dispose of a bastard like myself anyway. I'm not the owner. I'm a fabrication. That's great. It's precisely because I am nobody that I can, without a doubt, become Kazuki Hoshino. Why are you laughing, Yuhei Ishihara? It doesn't matter. However, there's something I want to ask. So, I am a fabrication. I'll admit that, but Who are you to be able to perceive that? Who I am, you ask. For some reason, Maria Otanashi is at a loss for words. You are a fabrication, and I am... What are you brooding about? I'm just asking because I want to know why you're so knowledgeable about the box. That's all. When she understands my intent, her voice rapidly regains its usual firm tone. Once she understands my intent, her voice rapidly regains her usual firm tone. I'm a box myself, and since I'm a box, it stands to reason that I'd be well versed in the characteristics of boxes. You're a box? Is that some kind of metaphor? Interpret it as you please. A box, huh? If she's telling the truth, then that would really make for a perfect match. By the way, there was something I had to tell you, wasn't there? What are you talking about? Oh, yesterday night. Didn't I promise that I'd tell you directly today? Since the date has finally changed, I'll say it now. The smile on my face is so broad it sucks that I can only show her half of it because I'm blindfolded. I love you, Maria Otanashi. She called herself a box. I think that makes us a perfect match. Really, I do. As an object to conquer. And as an enemy. May 2nd, Saturday. 7:06 o'clock. I wake up in an unfamiliar room in handcuffs. My head feels all muzzy since I just woke up. I'm in a white room and I smell something pleasant. A shower's running somewhere nearby. My back hurts and I see a futon. I'm also in foot cuffs. Wait, what is this? My wooziness is instantly swept away. I hurriedly try to stand up, only to fall over just as quickly. While supporting my smarting nose with both arms, I sit up and take another look around. I see a large bed, a table, a laptop, and speakers. On the table, an intimidating-looking book. Overall, the room seems sparsely furnished. The sailor suit hooked over the closet door frame suggests that I'm probably in a girl's room. Did Yuhei Ishihara get me into this situation? Yeah, of course it was him. Here's someone turn off the shower. After a while, a hairdryer starts blowing. I assume the occupant of this room is in the dressing cubby. Which means that there's a naked girl on the other side of this wall? What's with this situation? And what on earth what has Yuhei Ishihara done to that girl? The sound of the hairdryer stops and the dressing cubby door opens. I utter as I hurriedly avert my eyes, seeing that she's wearing nothing but a white shirt. Oh, you woke up. My brain freezes the moment I recognize that all too familiar voice. Huh? A familiar face awaits me when I instinctively look up. Otanashi-san? Who else looks like me? In response, I look over her entire body. Yeah, it's unmistakably Maria Otanashi. Then I suddenly realize that I'm staring at her, and she's only wearing a thin shirt over her underwear. Again, I hurriedly avert my eyes. Since you know that I'm here, please be a bit more careful. What's the cause for panic? This is hardly anything to fret about, right? It just sounds wrong coming from a girl's mouth. It's like something that Haruaki would say when he teases Kokone. However, before I have a chance to say anything, she preempts me with a shocking comment. First of all, didn't you see a far more of me just yesterday? A skimpy outfit like this should hardly faze you anymore. I never imagined you would do that as soon as you entered my room, especially after you seemed so well behaved at first. Geez, you really gave me a shock. Oh, what are you talking about? But I can't deny the facts. Everything about the situation. Emin suggests that she's telling the truth. After all, I'm in a room. She just took a shower and is walking around scantily clad. You're joking, right? I ask anxiously. Yes, it's a joke, Otanashi-san bluntly answers. Huh? Uh-huh, I see. So you're Kazuki Hoshino. Your idiotic reaction when your mouth gapes wide open is quite hard to imitate, after all. What's this feeling of vexation that's rising up inside of me? Even though she turned out to be joking, just as I had wished. Otanashi-san, the fact that I'm here without knowing how I got here means that you talked with Yuhei Ishihara. Huh? As I spoke while lying clumsily on the ground, Otanashi-san had moved nearer. She was so close that I could smell a pleasant scent radiating from her long hair. Probably shampoo or some conditioning treatment or something. What? A clicking sound makes me realize that Otonashi-san is removing my foot cuffs. Well, that's nice, but couldn't she have at least given me some warning? After removing the foot cuffs, Otonashi-san kneels in front of me. I follow her example and also get on my knees. She slowly opens her mouth. Kozuki, who am I? What is she saying out of the blue? She's Maria Otonashi, obviously. But why is she asking a question like that right now? Think back to the rejecting classroom. Now that she mentions it, I remember a similar scenario when she had me write her name. At the time, Otonashi-san asked people to identify her by her name in order to have someone write Maria, a name that could only be known to someone who retained their memory across those reputations. A name that could only be known to someone who retained their memory across those repetitions. So why is she bringing that up now? To confirm my identity, Otonashi-san is asking in order to distinguish me from Yuhei Ishihara, because she'll be able to confirm that I'm me if I say her secret name. Aya Otonashi. Therefore, I spit out that name. The name she once used in the rejecting classroom, which only I can remember. But the very act of seeking confirmation means that she doesn't know who I am right now. I have to go this far to make her recognize that I'm me? That's somehow very mortifying. Aya Otonoshi, huh? She murmurs in disappointment. Was I wrong? No, you're right. I just didn't expect that you would be able to come up with that answer so quickly. That's all. Okay? I guess. But now that you understand it's me? For the time being, yes. As you may have noticed, I'm up to date on the current situation and have already listened to the voice file that Yuhei Ishihara recorded. Okay? I've also spoken with Yuhei Ishihara. What was he like? Did you learn anything? I can't say for sure, Otonashi-san answers. But wasn't he vicious? After all, he even had to use foot cuffs. Of course I considered that possibility and used them for that reason. No, it's more accurate to say that I applied them because of you, Kozuki. Huh? How did you react when you realized that you were restrained? What actions did you take? Well, I was confused, and even took a tumble. I was aiming for that reaction. Feeling like bullying me? No, I thought I could observe the moment when Yuhei Ishihara switches back to Kozuki Hoshino by waiting for that agitated reaction. Though in the end I missed the opportunity because I was taking a shower. It's a real pity that I missed your funny reaction. I see, so she did feel like bullying me. Okay then, that's it for now. Kozuki, we're leaving. Huh? For some reason Otonashi-san looks at me and rolls her eyes. We're taking you home, of course. Hey, what time do you think it is? I'll look around and see a clock. It's 7:15 a.m. Or do you want to be late? It's time to go to school. Oh, our school only lets us off every other Saturday, so we still have to go to school this Saturday morning. What's with this Ha? Do you plan to go to school empty-handed? She has a point. We have to go to my place. Can I go home on my own? What are you talking about? How could you go back on your own when you don't even know how to get there from here? Regardless, you'd never make it in time on foot. I'll give you a ride on my motorcycle. You got it. I'm in trouble. I mean, even though it wasn't my fault, I slept over without giving permission from my parents. When I come home in the early morning, how will that look? I check my cell phone, and sure enough, there are several calls from my mom in the call log. This is bad. If on top of that, I bring a girl home with me? Otonashi-san, could you please hide when we reach my home? Why? Otonashi-san gives me a bewildered look. Naturally, my intentions aren't getting across. Looks like I'll have to slip into my house and get ready without getting caught by my mom.